Watu wakisema wako hapa wengi.
Some boys was my dream school. Dream school.
Oh my goodness.
I almost stopped. Refused to go to high school because I didn't get.
I know what you want. Use it.
For a number of reasons. For a number of reasons. My dad studied at some boys. And also, some boys I would just walk down to Bunga.
The reason was for you to use Gate C.
Gate C.
And a lot of problems.
You know, JV, when I was doing maths, JV said that he wanted me.
I told this guy to come to a
Math contest.
Yes.
But that is simple. We can organize.
How little
Everyone told you.
in high school.
Everyone told you on that one. But Ken also told you. I was the best student in my year, 2004, in the country, in mathematics.
Yes. But there is no
So I told him, just set one exam for maths and put me with this guy in one room.
But it's something we can test.
My mathematics
Bwana, Babu,
Even
when my
it's
mom
not-
took me to
You know,
school,
me, I finished KCSE. In 40 minutes, I was done with the exams.
now
The
that
first
you beat
student ever,
Yes.
who have corrected a KCSE mathematics
Yes.
exams. Correction. I
When
lifted my hand, they were doing exams with it.
when others had already done the quiz.
and you are wondering, what is the error?
People who are knowing school in an exam, that is a mistake.
Na hiyo yenye unasema kuna mistake ndio amefanya.
The guy has already done it.
Nikabeba mkono nikasema nina mistake na huko. And you know, after 40 minutes they corrected.
Yes.
Initially, in fact, I said there can never be a mistake in KCSE. Then they corrected.
Yes.
Actually, the
A
exam
15-mark question.
Yes.
Hey, after that,
They have to stop the exam.
I'm going to pursue that dream and just do an increase maths so that we square it. Now that you've done law, let me go and finish that one. Nimalizane nayo. Yeah, I'm going for it. Tafanya hata hiyo. Sasa yeye amepata law. Na karibu anataka afanye PhD anipate. Nimaliza hii. So I'll go and do a scenario so that we are at par. Wewe unajua math? Sasa nimetupatisha tuko kwa law. Yeah.
No, it's only because it was being marked in school.
As we were number one and it was not being marked. I did not know Nairobi. I've never been to Nairobi. No.
Good name of mark, no maintaining good name of the school.
Yes.
Where is marked really?
How can they mark in your school and you fail? And you are the index one?
No.
It's difficult. It is difficult. I'm putting it.
So in the exam got 100.
So index one got 100.
You see?
What we were saying? You have to do it again and it will be marked
In
elsewhere.
our school,
Then we can know. Where we are talking about math. Just wait.
in JV, in Kenya, I've never seen anybody.
I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I was in complete and we are doing 10 months
I
content.
don't have my classmate who can testify.
Did you miss it at all?
Mathematics,
But I left that for
you know, let me tell you. You know, this
What we
thing,
may said.
no, let me explain. Let me just, this thing called law for me is an accident. So I've never been to Nairobi and I didn't know anyone. So we are advised that for you to get to Nairobi, choose a course in the only university we thought was in Nairobi, University of Nairobi. But what I wanted was electrical engineering. I wanted electrical engineering. Cut-off points electrical engineering 46.5. I have 45.6. Law is 45.4. But I want to go to Nairobi. So somebody tells me, take law so that you get to Nairobi and do a transfer. Which I did. And Professor Aduol, you know Aduol, gave me transfer. And George Nengo, whom you may know, found Professor Aduol giving me my transfer letter. He took it and tried it and said, this is my younger brother. The family sat and said he has pursued law.
Orengo is the cause of all this.
It was an accident. So I still miss my mathematics.
So we have to blame Nengo for you giving us trouble in court.
With the benefit of hindsight, that was the best decision. I think I should buy him a car. But we will do that duel. We will set the paper. We will do the duel with this gentleman.
We need. Just tell 30 minutes.
Mm.
Just tell me the boundary. Because I may be tempted to go beyond 4.
No, from 1 to 4.
The issue is not about performance. The issue is about the time you take to do the thing.
No,
We may all get 100, but the time.
The time. So
You know, you must give some room because he came to high school after me. And the syllabus changes.
No, what we are going to do, we are going to set that question, me and you. And then we get another person, so that we are a panel of 3. To modulate. Then,
The sister to be in day. Be in day sister.
this guy is insisting that we set from Orengo.
From 1 to 4.
You know, when you are a mathematician, you are a
the only problem is being embarrassed. You might have to embarrass yourself and now.
If I am almost embarrassing myself, the paper will not proceed. I will just unleash a bunga in you. It will not proceed. I must be told in advance what I have scored against this. I am ready. I am ready. Bring the papers.
You're poco che liga?
That's that.
Oh.
No, that one I don't.
Oh. Okay.
Because the syllabus may have changed. Yes.
The 7 millennium problems.
Yes.
You know them? That's how do you make your mathematics knowledge. Come on, telling him about the 7 millennium problems.
I do not know. Bana leo tumekuja wote. Yes. That's where I got my money. Ulifanya hii 10 10 months back. Mimi nilianza kufanya tenant form 2. Oh, mimi niliingia form 2 and I quit all my How yes sir? Monda amesema nikuja hapa lakini naona sasa High Court. The respondent is our so we were given second jury. Walisema walingojea kuwa admitted hapo.
So you have a date I think next week.
Yeah, 2nd of July.
Yes.
We can add one. Kuna moja hapa.
Yeah. But I don't know how we would do it if we put her name on record. Yeah, I don't know, but what does Mwangi Boniface is the one who was instructed. Yeah. We should have talked to him also just to organize. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Let me talk to him.
The syrup, ikiisha, get the top of it, alafu like a week. Yes.
John. Hey, how are you? Yeah, just sit down. You're well? Yeah. We are come.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We were wondering because these guys may end up being taken in custody. So other counsels are saying if you and I can make a few remarks.
Yeah, but we are here to
Yeah. So just generally the strategy. Yeah. Kituo cha Sharia. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. But I've been meaning to come and see you I've been meaning to come and see you one of these days at home.
Please.
Yeah, I'll come. Yeah. Did I?
You are pushing it.
Oh, okay. Oh, pole.
Governor push governor.
Pole. Is a space. Lakini mimi si bonge la mtu sana.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
You dream that you are poor and you wake up. Yes. Hata kama ni 3, you just take a shower.
And it is not easy to remove this.
Difficult. I have a friend calling it bladder. Yes.
I have to educate the judge, and in case there is a problem within the family, I am the one to solve.
That person who called me bladder. Anamwambia this is your problem because everything you can't feel anything. There's not somebody has just died. This morning when I got this, my daughter from Plea has died, and I had you are every man in at least 4 groups. But it's better than having it. Yes. Correct. Yes. My mother. Oh yeah.
No, no, it's between the police. Yeah, we are not going back to court. Between us and the police. But it's not going to mess you.
Oh wait, Apenji. Is it possible to make remarks on one file and then say, it applies?
For the, I don't know, because I think for the past 58, it's one file.
Yeah. It's one file, but there's another 4 here.
Yes, okay.
But the offenses are more or less the same. I'm not sure, but
I think the court would be reasonable to do that.
Yeah.
So that whatever arguments are made in one file
Yeah, because
are replicated in the other to apply to the other file.
Yeah, because if you go on each and every file,
Yeah, that will take a lot of time.
a lot of time. Yeah.
So the first one has changed. About 58. And the offense is different. So senior counsel is proposing, and I think it's What would be the argument about the need to check?
Nakimbiaje? Maneno umeonaje? Kesi ni hapo.
Hello?
Gideon Odell.
Okay. Why don't do that now? Talking about I did the whole file, you know. I've looked at the church.
Miscellaneous number 2864, 2026. Jean Perry, 1. Alias John Peter.
Oh, these are mentioned, huh?
Copronjero.
Very good.
As an environment brought at the explanation that I did for this court, touching the matter of question, some the truth, nothing but the truth. I'm number 100990. Corporal Stanislaw. Stanislaw is STANISLAO. I am the investigating officer. In this matter, where the respondent was intercepted at Nyayo's passport section on 24th of June 2026, while he had presented himself for biometrics as he was in the process of applying Kenyan passport. The immigration officers checked on the BICIS system and they discovered that he had a history. Then it was discovered that he has a Rwanda passport. And at the same time, he has a Kenyan ID number 38 18 74. Your Honor, the purpose of this application, we seek for 10 days custodial to enable us conduct investigations into how he acquired Kenyan documents despite being here. We are seeking 10 days because he is a foreigner, hence he has no fixed about his right. We also intend to trace, you assist us to trace the purported parents in declared during past court application. We also intend to pursue those people he colluded with to acquire documents. We intend to travel to Makueni, where it is important that he acquired birth certificate from Makueni Civil Registration Office. We are also here to receive a response from Department of Immigration, National Registration Bureau, Civil Registration, as well as Rwanda Embassy. Therefore, it is in the interest of justice when we grant us this, and we request that condom be issued indeed detained at ATP police station for that period as conduct investigations.
John Peter, what do you say?
I would like to ask if you can use the 10 days as you are doing, as you are doing investigation.
You're asking whether we can repeat?
Reduce.
Stop interfering. Say what you have said.
Nasema according to nimesema nazapenda kama mnapunguza hizo zenye amesema za kufanya investigation.
Time one maintain kidogo. Just to understand. Yeah. We need for that is for but giving sufficient time to probably say what is in our heart.
The prosecution's application is allowed as prayed. I find the 10 days to be sufficient owing to the nature of the application. Mentioned on 9th of July. Next.
May I pray, Your Honor? I have an urgent matter to report to you. A very, very urgent matter. My name is Khaminwa.
Which one? Which
Can I
matter?
speak, Your Honor?
You are speaking. I can hear you.
I have a very urgent matter I would like to bring to you.
Yes, which matter?
Yeah. Your Honor, there's a young lady by the name of Shaba Akia. She spent the whole of last night in custody. This young lady has a child of 7 about 7
There
months
is the
old.
file before me.
He has not been fed at all. The child
His
has not
file,
been fed at
has
all.
his file been brought? A file.
Your Honor, you can use that expression. You don't need even a file. The child has not been fed at all.
A file has to be compiled and presented. A file, court file.
Could you pick up with respect, Your Honor? I don't hear you. My ears are not infected.
There has to be a file for me to record what you say.
I think if someone descends to bring a file, the child has not been fed at all. The interests of the child are most paramount. Where is the chair? Chapa chair. Where is it? You have your child. Yeah, the child has not been fed since yesterday, 9:30.
This is the file, so
Yes,
she's
thank
going
you
to be
much.
handled.
Criminal case number E353-2026. Gideon Odero. Kichwa tafadhali.
Okay.
Would you be kind enough to mention the name of our king first?
Shaba Achieng.
Chapa King.
Charles Tembo. Unaitika. Geoffrey Momanyi. Sema present. Yes. Gerald Okinoti. James Ndumu. Paul Busuru. Alex Kilonzo. Abdi Ibrahim.
Do you have the charge sheet?
Abdi Ibrahim. Yes. Khalid Mohammed. Abdi Majid.
Charge sheet.
Esbon Gitaru. Davis Waboga. Moses Ndirangu. James Alukubi. Stephen Mwai. Edward Asiachi. Bramwell Ndiema. Peter Alukaba. Eric Makoha. Kelvin Kamau. Ahmed Mohamed. Caesar Mwangi. Eric Sila. David Otundo. Stephen Kamagera. Paul Njogu. Benson Jenga. Junior Mburu. Dennis Kanyari. Hosea Wanjiru. Alex Nzoka. Joseph Maina. Stephen
What's the
Dumu.
charge?
George Mwangi.
Yeah.
Stephen Mulinge. Kevin Mukavi. Alex Asare. James Muturi. Eli Ume. Robert Kitui. Jamlek Mbudia. Tony Omondi. Tony. Ali Salim Abdallah. Bosco Juma. Mike Yanye. Brian Kea. Kelvin Ochieng. Nes Okome. Patrick Elkana. Dennis Mwanza. Anthony Musioka. Martin Zeze. Benjamin Okola. Job Ochieng. Boniface Ochango. Boniface Ochango. Paul
So we say
Mushiri.
we're in record for everybody except
Paul
the chief.
Mushiri. Fred Welebeha. So,
Yeah. Your Honor, before senior addresses.
Before I go, Father, Your Honor.
We waste time.
may I, with your leave and respect,
Mtatumia lugha gani? Kizungu ama Kiswahili?
Is
I shall speak national language.
is that is that for
The quorum.
quorum?
Because
I have to know the language because I have to record which language you use.
Is it Kiswahili?
Kiswahili. Nyinyi wote Kiswahili. Proceed, senior.
Your Honor, I'll speak, I accuse my other friend, Mr. John Moretti. With my permission, Your Honor, may I acknowledge the presence of our former governor, Honorable Mike Sonko, and the governor, Honorable Orengo, and the presence of Senator Mons, and the presence of Honorable Babu Owino.
Your Honor, probably it's better to have the full quorum, then we can proceed on that basis. Because other than me and the President and Babu Owino, we are quite a host of advocates. So we make sure the record clearly bears the representation. And then we proceed.
I have no objection.
Yes.
So Khaminwa is number one.
Yes.
Number two, yourself.
Yes, I appear with the following counsel for the accused persons. My lord friend, former president of the Law Society, Faith Odhiambo, Senator Dan Manzo, Honorable Babu Owino, Murimi Karani, Eric Muriuki, Pius Oyo, Abner Mango. Abner is spelled A-B-N-E-R. Nurdin Hagai. Please tell me if I'm too fast, your lady, if I'm too fast, but I think we are doing fine. Ivy Wairimu. Alois Mbeche. J.W. Oruko. Mr. Hiram Kirimi, Faith Shaban, Japan. The two of them are representatives from their council members of the Law Society. And then we have John Moria, I think, who has been mentioned by a senior counsel. Yeah.
The name?
For Kituo Sharia.
His name?
John Moriri. So I propose that probably from there, the charge should, no, there's Mr. Witty. I think we.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. On behalf of the Republic, my name is J.V. Owiti. I appear together with Mr. Murage, Mr. Kiragu, Ms. Karioki, Ms. Magolo, and Mr. Mwaura. You know, in the preliminary, before the charges can be read out, having concurred with my colleagues, we make an application under Section 87A to withdraw the charges against the second accused person, for the reason that we have confirmed the name is Shaban. Okay. Shaban Achie. What's your name? Shaba. Oh, Shaba.
That is a very good thing. It just shows they were just arrested.
The charges against Shaba Acheng, pursuant to Section 87A of the Criminal Procedure Code, together with Article 157(6)(c) of the Constitution. And that she may be forthwith to be discharged from this
Section of the Constitution?
Article 157(6)(c) of the Constitution, as read in section 87A of the Criminal Procedure Code. She may forthwith be discharged before we proceed to plea for the rest. The reason for that withdrawal is that we've confirmed she has a 7-month-old child, and that would be sufficient reason for us. We may then.
May I say something?
You are agreeing.
I'm sorry. I forgot to mention the name of Elizabeth Ochieng.
We are dealing with Shaba
An
Ochieng.
advocate.
What do you say to what
I'm
the
appearing with
prosecutor?
her. Because of the situation.
They want to withdraw. Do any objection? They want to withdraw the case.
Yeah, but you know,
against-
About regarding
the
withdrawal
fact that charges being withdrawn will be very important in the trial. Yeah, in the trial.
May I say something further?
It means they're being arrested arbitrarily.
The state is under mandatory duty
Give me time, I withdraw that case first.
for you to make an order. But the little thing,
Give me time, I do
Should
the,
be awarded
I do the withdrawal.
oh, I'm sorry. My ear cannot observe for this.
We'll deal with it later in the trial. It's very material.
Shaba Ochieng, stand up. Shaba Ochieng. Kesi yako imeondolewa, unaweza ondoka, wake nyumbani. Yes, you are free, you can go.
Before you make a final order, may I submit you most respectfully?
We are going to the rest
You
now.
have inherent duty to award the disability some damages.
The case has
More
been
than
withdrawn.
damages.
I have withdrawn it at the earliest opportunity, so I don't see need for damages.
Maybe it's such a small thing just to clean up the charge. In the charge sheet, it shows all the accused persons are males. I think unless the charge is amended, it'd be a crucial factor at some moment. But I'm saying that, because of the application which has been made to withdraw on account of having a child.
Other than Mishaba, is there another lady? Are there women?
I don't know whether the other women, but it just occurred to me. The charge sheet shows they're all males.
Accused, do we have a woman in the group?
Wale wameitwa majina, kuna
It was on Mishaba. So proceed and read out the charges.
sasa ninyi wote ambaye mmeitwa majina, mmeshtakiwa na kosa kwamba mliweza kuzuia magari kinyume na sheria. Maelezo ni kwamba mnamo tarehe 25 mwezi wa 6 mwaka huu mwendo wa saa 6 mchana katika barabara ya hadi kule Kamkunji Sub County, jiji la Nairobi, nyinyi kwa pamoja mliweza kuzuia gari ambapo mliweza kuweka mawe na pia mkaweza kuchoma haya barabara ambayo sasa hiyo iliweza kusababisha gari kuzuia gari na watumiaji wa barabara wengine kupita. Ni ukweli ama si ukweli?
For neatness of your record, and how for neatness of your record, we propose that the question is put differently. We can see that there is the majority denying the charges, so that if your clerk could ask if anyone is.
I have to record each accused with the word.
That's right. That's right.
What I'm trying to record.
That's right,
Better
Your Honor,
give
but
me
to save
time.
the time of both the court and the advocates, the court can simply ask whether there is anyone pleading guilty, but the
With the
court's
what?
record will read individually.
So I have to write that individual. So you bear with me, I do the writing.
All right, that's okay.
system. Huh?
Not to plead
Not
guilty.
guilty.
To ask if somebody agree in a charge, wants to call them.
It would have been faster, but. What do you make of these statements where their statements actually attached to the charge sheet by police officers? They're not under obligation to provide statements.
While the court will individually write the nature of the plea from each of the accused persons, because of their number and to save time, the court can simply ask who of them pleads guilty. Then the court will have time to record for each of them. But we can have one voice. If none of them is pleading guilty, the court will record 57. 57 because one has been withdrawn. Plea of not guilty for each of them in the record. But for purposes of reading here, without need to ask each of you, accused one, accused two, we can have that collective question to them.
Well, from the way they gave a resounding voice, that so far as they are concerned, they are not guilty. You do not have to go through the expert.
Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry, Your Honor. With a lot of respect to senior counsel, I think you should let the process continue. You cannot take plea on their behalf and the question will still be asked. It's a simple question.
What I'm saying, they say in a very resounding voice that they are not guilty.
Senior counsel, you know better than I do that the court has procedures. Let us let the court do the procedures with a lot of respect.
Yes, that's why I asked if is guilty.
We agreeable.
Kuna yote anakubaliana na hii makosa kwamba iliweza kuzuia gari. Kama unakubaliana kwamba jana iliweza kufanya makosa ya kuzuia gari pale kwa kuweka mawe kwa barabara na pia kuchoma taya. Unaweza inua mkono juu kama unakubaliana. Kama unakubaliana inua mkono juu.
Kwa hivyo wote mmekataa.
Yeah.
We have deflated you. We are not supposed to be.
Okay, so you're doing so well. Yeah.
But what we ask that a reasonable bail.
A reasonable
Yeah.
bail terms.
They should not be frustrated by the process. Yeah.
No, they should just go. Personal recourses.
Adopt this. If they can adopt our submission,
Mm.
the files.
Yeah. Personal recognizance. Yeah. I agree with you, but we will request you. Tapenji, have you submitted, is this part of it, have you filed the charge sheet together the statements in court? Because this is the way you've been given. But what is in the court file?
You can confirm compliance, not compliance. Okay. So you just need the statements. Once you do that, I think it was inadvertent that the statements were given, but you can't take it back.
Yeah, you can't take it back. No. So is on record.
Yes.
Or we take only bad. No, those constitutional issues.
Yes, that's
right. The deal is good. The deal is good. I'll tell the magistrate. I'll tell the magistrate. It gives me a difficult time, but this time around.
Silence in court. Each accused has entered a plea of not guilty. Plea entered is that of not guilty.
You know, we are not opposed to the release of the accused persons on bail. We will, however, be requesting that the court grants reasonable bail terms, considering the nature of the offense. To ensure that they attend court.
Your Honor, let me say from the bar, Mr. Witty is normally fond of giving me a very difficult time. But today he's been reasonable. But having said that, Your Honor, we would want to say in response to the position of the prosecution that they are not opposed to bail. In the circumstances, we plead with the court that in view of the nature of the offense and the circumstances of the offense as it appears in the charge sheet, release of the accused persons on personal recognizances, or rather free bond, would be reasonable in the circumstances. And why, Your Honor? First is that the offense is a misdemeanor. Looking at the penalty attracted by this offense under the Kenya Roads Act, it is a misdemeanor. And secondly, it is really in the nature of a traffic offense. It's not under the Traffic Act, but I'm saying, looking at the nature of what is alleged, it would be reasonable to say that it belongs to the nature of a traffic offense. Secondly, it is without a doubt that these charges arise out of the events that took place yesterday, and the court can take judicial notice of the fact that on the part of the government of the Republic of Kenya, yesterday's events were authorized, if one has to go by the statement of the Cabinet Secretary for the Interior. There was a lawful demonstration yesterday. Thirdly, and we're trying to make this as short as possible, being a Friday, on record, you have copies of statements by witnesses attached to the charge sheet. Normally the court is not entitled to look at it, but if at all if you have expunged but you have not done by the authority of the court, I checked with the prosecutor if they have filed the statements together with the charge sheet. If they have been expunged or removed, then that would be highly irregular. But shall I say this then, if they have removed it, that looking at the witnesses as... Yeah, but what they are, I checked with them. I'm not saying this out of spite or...
set my eyes on them.
Yeah, but I asked them whether they had been filed, and they said they had filed them with this. Yeah. But if they know they are, I would ask you, Your Honor, to look at the charge sheet. The witnesses are all police officers, and this is an omnibus offense with more than 57 people. That's a pointer that this is just an omnibus charge. And I can understand why very quickly the prosecution withdrew the statements from the court file. It is bad practice, it's bad professional behavior, but we have already dealt with that question. So in those circumstances, Your Honor, we ask you to release each and all the accused person on their own personal recognizances or on a free bond, so that they can go home as a...
Do you ensure they attend?
Eh?
Do you ensure they attend?
Well, they are in court.
They attend when they hear.
They will attend court. These are Kenyans. They are very good, patriotic Kenyans who showed their patriotism yesterday. And bail is a constitutional right. at the time of giving that person recognizances, they can give their details, where they live, and the persons who can be contacted on their behalf. But it's such a matter that me, as a senior counsel, I'm prepared to stand as guarantee, not surety, because I'll make sure each one of them come to court. I'll make sure. And the president here will make sure, Honorable Babu Owino, Senator Manzo, these are patriotic people, you know. So I ask you, really, ask you that it's a Friday. It's a Friday, and these are free citizens who are innocent before your ladyship until proven to the contrary.
Sonko knows their home.
Hmm?
Sonko knows their home.
Yes, I'm told Governor Sonko was here. Oh, yeah, he knows their home. There are two governors here, Governor Sonko and Governor Babu Owino. We can't go wrong with that. But I want to assure you, I've never said this before a court of law, to say that I can personally guarantee.
Work today is broken. Every day, people juggle so many different tools just to get work done. A simple task turns into a time-consuming mess because work sprawl has scattered the tools and context we rely on. And the trend towards bundling software isn't addressing the root of the problem. The system's broken, and it's wasting our time. 8 years ago, we started ClickUp with a mission to save people time from switching between a bunch of different applications. But we knew the answer wasn't just bundling a bunch of tools together. We needed to
I don't know if I can ask it directly before you take over. And my question is directed to Kasmuel. Kasmuel, during the height of the Gen Z demonstrations, you said you cannot be on the table to talk when the young people are lying in the morgue. Yesterday, you said 600 days ago, you left and joined a political party, and that you were focusing on police brutality and compensation. And you said, rightly put it, that 448 million has been set aside for compensation. When you listen to them today, most of them have not even been contacted in regards to this reparation program. No police officer has been convicted today. How does that make you feel? You know, as someone who was at the forefront, is there progress you feel in terms of addressing these issues and ensuring that people are being held accountable in terms of convictions?
Certainly, I would say that there definitely is some progress, in the sense that if you think about where the country was 2 years ago, this was an impossible conversation. It's a conversation that could not be had. And through a lot of strain and a lot of difficulty,
people should be able to enjoy their constitutional right, should come and congregate, protest if they want to protest, and be allowed to go home. They have already lost their right to liberty. They were held yesterday. Let's not allow the process to punish them. They are kept further than today. That is my humble.
Your Honor, your kind permission, on the same request made by Senior Counsel Orengo, my name is Daniel Manzo. Your Honor, their personal telephone numbers can also be taken together with other relatives. And therefore, Your Honor, I do believe today be a Friday, and knowing very well the process of processing someone out of this situation, to plead with you to allow personal bond with their details be left around, including telephone number or telephone number of a relative. I do believe, Your Honor, they will present themselves in court the next time they are needed, and will be able to proceed with the matter. I thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I did hear the prosecution stating that because of the nature of the case, and that the accused persons should not be released on personal bond terms. And Your Honor, I want to remind the prosecution that bail is a constitutional right and not a privilege, as enshrined in Article 49(1)(h), the rights of an arrested person to be admitted on bail. Your Honor, the bail and bond terms policy of the court stipulates that cash bail should be admitted in a manner that is not punishing before trial. Because at all times, Your Honor, the accused persons remain innocent until the contrary is proved. That is Article 50, sub-article 2, paragraph A of the Constitution. Your Honor, Article 37 states that every person has a right to peaceably and unarmed to assemble, demonstrate. Article 37 of the Constitution states that every person has a right to peaceably and unarmed. It's quite fortunate that our people, the accused persons here, were only armed with their brains and phones. To assemble, to demonstrate, to picket and to present petitions to public authorities. Your Honor, this freedom cannot be reduced to a privilege dispensed at the pleasure of power. Your Honor, the greatest mistake that the accused person has committed is to commemorate the Gen Zs who were killed in 2024. Those were their brothers and sisters. Your Honor, the state cannot convert grief into guilt. A memorial march is not an insurrection, Your Honor. And the Constitution does not go on holiday when citizens take to the streets. On a government that is confident in its legitimacy does not fear candles, flowers, prayers, or peaceful assembly. Your Honor, the blood of the fallen citizens cannot become legal foundation for arresting those who remember them. And if mourning becomes criminal, Your Honor, then liberty itself stands accused. If mourning becomes criminal, Your Honor, then liberty itself stands accused. And therefore, Your Honor, the executive cannot suspend Article 37. The executive itself cannot suspend Article 37, which allows the right to assemble, merely because it finds the message inconvenient. Your Honor, this court must be a shield for liberty and not rubber stamp for power. Not a rubber stamp for power. Your Honor, liberty cannot be sacrificed at the altar of administrative convenience. Lastly, Your Honor, after today's headlines fail, one question will be made. When citizens stood before this court seeking the protection of the Constitution, did the law bend before power? Or did power bow before the law? We respectfully, Your Honor, urge the court to release the accused persons on personal bond terms and reaffirm that constitutional freedom Your Honor, rights do not just disappear just because power is uncomfortable. Lastly, Your Honor, if there are those who are supposed to be charged before you are the police officers who barricaded the roads yesterday. Yet yesterday, Your Honor, I'm very sure that even you reaching this court was a problem because of the actions of the police officers who blocked all roads within Nairobi without prior notice. Whenever the first respondent decides to block public roads to prevent access. Paragraph 9, I thus grant the following order pending the hearing and determination of this application. And the order is that pending the hearing and determination of this application, a conservatory order is hereby issued restraining the first respondent, who was the Inspector General of Police, or any other officer subordinate to him, from mounting barricades, police roadblocks that block entry of members of public from accessing the central business district within Nairobi County, or streets within the central business district, or any other public road without using a timely advisory notice prior to the emergency barricading of roads to allow the citizens or members of public to plan their activities accordingly. Therefore, Your Honor, please grant us, if you find it fit, Your Honor. I know members of the public who are here after they are released, we can go and make citizens arrest of these police officers who are blocking roads.
Sorry, Your Honor. No, I am itching to intercept Mr. Babu Owino. You know, the danger of having advocates who also double up as politicians is that even when the prosecution is not opposing bail, they are responding to some imaginary opposition. The prosecution is not opposing bail. The defense has proposed that you give personal bonds. The prosecution is asking you that use your wisdom in the circumstances, including their sentiments, to apply and give us appropriate bail terms, whether it be personal bonds, whether it be cash bail, whatever it is, the court will see right in its respect. Having a seat here further than now, I see Mr. Muriuki still wants to stand. When we are not proposing bail, it's wasting the court's time and wasting our time. Let me finish. Mr. Ongele, I was seated when you spoke for 20 minutes. I'm just using 2 minutes. We plead with you. Bail is not opposed for these 57 gentlemen. There are other files.
Just say you are allowing personal.
No. We are not allowing personal bond. The court should not understand that to be saying we are agreeable. We are saying the proposed personal bond, we are telling you, because bail and the nature thereof is a discretion of this court, which we believe you will exercise judicially and judiciously. Let us not waste more time on telling you that you should consider whether to give personal bail or attach bail. That is something you can do without allowing advocate politicians to talk to us for the next 2 hours.
Your Honor, I think
I withdraw. I withdraw. I withdraw. Because we have other pleas that are waiting for you.
We'll adopt.
We'll adopt.
Your Honor,
Babu, has he finished?
respectfully agree with my...
He has not finished, Senior.
Let me just finish. Your Honor, I took 4 years at the University of Nairobi studying LLB law. So, further 2 years taking my master's in law, and a further 1 year at the Kenya School of Law, and also lectured at the Kenya School of Law. So therefore, Your Honor, when JV Owiti is trying to say that this is a political advocate, then Your Honor is out of order. As I conclude, Your Honor, Article 157(11) of the Kenyan Constitution states clearly that the office of the DPP should act in a manner that promotes public interest and confidence. But Your Honor, what the prosecution is saying before you is completely eroding that public interest. In the first instance, he ought not to have approved the charges before you, Your Honor. Thank you, and I rest my case.
Those are all legal arguments.
My friend would like to say something thereafter.
Yes, Your Honor, very briefly and following what my seniors have already presented on, I'm going to address you.
Your name?
My name is Eric Murioki. I'm going to address you briefly on section 123A, paragraph D.
Be conscious of time.
Sorry?
Proceed.
Yes, of the CPC. And I want this court to take note of the fact that in this charge sheet before you, there is no vehicle that has been identified, no driver has been named.
Sorry, Your Honor,
no registration
sorry, Your Honor,
number.
allow me to interject. It's the same danger we talked about earlier. The question of evidence.
My other friend can sit down, let this young man finish what he wants to say.
Senior Counsel, you are not the court. Let me finish what I'm saying.
But
I am allowed to interject.
I have the right to speak. You are not the only one who can speak.
Your Honor, what we are...
No, let us just allow him to talk, and then we can...
Mr. Minwa, you are not the court. Let me speak to court kindly, with a lot of respect.
When you are saying
yes,
something
because Your Honor...
you cannot keep quiet.
No, Your Honor, allow me to make my interjection. You can overrule it. Allow me to make the interjection.
You have not even gathered what you were saying.
No, Your Honor. We are not opposing bail. We have other pleas to take. The gentleman is going to issues of evidence of negotiation. Let me finish.
You have sung that Christian chorus.
I am here to represent the Republic in this case, so I will have my time to speak, and then I'll let you speak. What we are telling you...
Kindly have a seat.
Yes.
Kindly.
Yes, proceed. Yes, Your Honor, I'm addressing the court on...
Be wary of time.
Yes.
Time.
Yes, 123.8 is very relevant as one of the considerations on issues bail. As I was saying, there is no driver that has been named, no registration number provided. There is no stated duration for this obstruction. And there is no distinct act attributed to any individual. Therefore, Your Honor, what is being penalized here is assembly, full stop. and Article 37, and then it is being dressed up as obstruction. Your Honor, there is no complainant other than the state. There is no independent witness, not even a driver or a motor vehicle owner or a passenger. Your Honor, a charge of obstructing traffic with no obstructed motorists anywhere on its face is thin, and this is just the state persecuting Assembly and Article 37 and not vindicating the use of any route. When these circumstances point directly to the dismissal of these charges, preliminarily at best and at worst, released on free bond. I don't have one final thing that I will mention is that to prevent punishment by process, we pray that this court should direct that upon consideration of the bail terms, the registry should remain open until those bails have been processed, because the intention might be to finish here late so that processing the bail may not be possible. Thank you.
John is not responding for who?
You're not going to respond?
Am I not going to speak? I'm the son of the soil.
I thought your client
I am
was
a
discharged.
son of the soil. I have a right to speak.
Proceed, Khaminwa. And I hope you are the last.
Yes, Your Honor, I respectfully agree with my learned friends,
Yeah.
Honorable Orengo, Honorable Babu Owino, and Honorable Khaminwa, when they have said, let the accused be released on purpose. Your Honor, we all live in this country. We cannot pretend that we do not know what is going on. We all live in this country. And we know the events of yesterday. Quite a number of us who are watching what was going on. We know what happened. We know why activists went out yesterday. They were paying their respects to the deceased. And this charge of these allegations against them arise out of a situation which is clearly intended to abuse the law, which is clearly intended to abuse the Constitution. And Your Honor, may I very clearly to you again that one of the reasons why the 2010, several reasons why the 2010 came to the Constitution operated was because the law and the Constitution were being abused by them. And if you take the trouble, Your Honor, to go through this Constitution states clearly and gives instances where the law and the Constitution were being abused. And the drafters of the Constitution, Your Honor, I say this very respectfully, went out of their way to confer powers on the judiciary, to confer powers on the judicial officers, judges, and magistrates, to ensure that the law of the land is not abused, to ensure that the constitution of the country is not abused. But we know what is going on. The law is still abused. The constitution is being abused. And in this connection, Your Honor, may I refer you to the following provisions in the Constitution. I wish respectfully to refer you to Article 26, which deals with the right to life. Article 28, which deals with human dignity. Article 29, which deals with the freedom and security of the person. Article 32, which deals with the freedom of conscience, religion, belief, and opinion. And Article 33, which deals with the freedom of expression. And Article 37 deals with assembly, demonstration, picketing, petition. Article 49, which deals with the rights of arrested persons, and etc. And of course, Article 55 that deals with the youth. And Your Honor, tumechoka. Tumechoka. Things are happening which actually are violating this constitution of Kenya, which is the best constitution in black Africa. They are being done deliberately so that you have a court charge which has been brought before the court very deceitfully and very dishonestly, which is not bringing out clearly what has happened at all. These individuals are being charged because of participating in the demonstration yesterday, which is an African, inconsistent with the African custom, consistent with customs of our country, consistent with the Constitution, consistent with the law. Your Honor, the only way of making sure that the executive behaves itself, the DPP also and the Director of Criminal Investigation conduct things in a rightful manner, is to make sure that when the charges are brought to you, you act in a manner which you show a firm stand of the judiciary. And we are asking you very respectfully, you show a firm stand in order to stop this deliberate attempt to violate the law, deliberate attempt to obstruct or to play down or to breach the Constitution. And the only way, please, I'm speaking. The law, the matter is not as simple as you say that it's just not a matter of profit. Yeah. Your Honor, the only way of making them behave themselves is to come out and tell them in a very blunt language, I'm not refusing, I'm refusing to give bail on terms like surety, like fire, like depositing money and so on. Make an order consistent to what you have done in respect of Atieno. Let these young people go out in freedom. Give them a personal bond. They will come. They are obedient. And our governor, Orengo, and our former governor, who is now a human rights activist, will ensure that the accused are before the court. Nobody's going to run away from this country. If I may remind you of a saying that we used to say to tell people when we came from universities, and we hoped that Kenya would be a wonderful country and assure peace to the whole world. We used to say that when you are tired of Kenya, you are tired of life. We can no longer say that. And indeed, we propagated this very much, so that our friends or cousins in the East, Singapore, that is now talked about, and other countries like Korea and so on, came and stayed here for about 3 months, trying to find out why Kenya was doing so well. 7 shillings made an American dollar. 17 shillings made a British pound sterling. Now we are wallowing in poverty. We can hardly eat sukuma wiki. We can hardly drink maziwalala. Let this court rise to the occasion and say to people like Mr. Owino, Owiti, sorry, I apologize. Say to people like Mr. Owiti that in discharging your duties as legal officers, we shall not bend to please you. We shall do what is good for Kenya to be a free country and to shine in Africa and in the world. Give these young people free bond. Do not agree the idea.
Oh, just
Your Honor,
Oh, wait,
I think everything has been said.
Just a remark concluding. I was on my feet at the commencement. I'm saying this because Khaminwa has been on it.
And we were taught that together.
But I remember an occasion when we were taught to sit together. And the magistrate, when making a consideration on what terms of bail to grant to the accused persons, he asked one of them, how much money do you have in the pocket? And he turned out that person had only 1,000 shillings. And he said, how are you going to get home? And he said, I need 700 shillings to get home. On that basis alone, your colleague was sitting on that same chair. Gave a personal point. Because bail is not a privilege. It is a right. So it depends. Attendance is citizens. And if there's any problem about attendance, you would have been addressed on that issue. If one is likely to jump there, it may have been a consideration that would have been raised earlier. It was never raised earlier. So it's not a fear on the part of the people. So we urge you that this young man should go home. But you can hear from what you've said, these charges have got no problem. I will address it as a fact. But this is not it. So please, if you ask them how much they have money they have in their pocket, maybe your time will show you. You can hear from that chorus, really.
Your Honor, may I add something? May I add something? If you ask Khaminwa, how much money do you have in your pocket, he will say zero.
And it's very simple. Yes, Your Honor. Like we had said, we do not oppose bail. I wanted to respond to a number of things, including Section 123, which is a waste of time for the court and us. We reiterate that we do not oppose bail, but we reiterate again that you use your discretion judiciously and judicially, including your fear that you just indicated to us, and the request by the defense for personal, and we trust that you are going to come up with a reasonable bail nature or bail term in the circumstances. I thank you.
Your Honor, what I understand my other friend are saying, you can use your discretion also to give them a free bond.
Sure. I like that.
But Your Honor, I was voicing the views of the court. You have said that the court is not appearing. By the way, Your Honor, you may not be aware, this means we will always bring this Mandamani We are microphone to you. We are microphone to you. And we'll give you God's message.
Yes, yes.
It's just 1,000.
Yeah. It's just one. It's on the question of bail. Yeah, we can adopt.
We'll be seeking to adopt the submissions made in this matter for all the others.
You want to make submissions afresh?
No. Very good.
Again, we thank you. We understand there's another matter here, similar matter.